Episode 777. The Joy Sheep team was tackling the Sky Tomb for the first time this week. As soon as they entered the dungeon, everyone kept an eye out for any system prompt about a hidden boss. Shi Ji Young was the last one in, but before he even entered, he'd already seen everyone in the channel lamenting that there was no hidden boss. No hidden boss this time, but this dungeon run had its own kind of fun. At this moment, Wudi Zujunlang stood at the very front, shield raised and sword at the ready, yet not a single person stood beside him. The other players kept their distance as if he were a plague. Shi Ji Yang found it amusing too, but just then, Shi Ye Yi Ji Hua stepped out from the crowd and stood beside Wudi Zujunlang.
You main tank, I'll off tank. If you can't hold it, call me. Don't push it.
Seven Leaf One Flower always said that with such sincerity.
Oh, only the off tank? What about the third and fourth tanks?
Yi Shu asked. So the third and fourth tanks, who were originally the off tank and third tank, now that Invincible Handsome has been promoted to main tank, Seven Leaf Flower automatically drops to off tank, and they naturally become the third and fourth tanks. The real kicker, the original fourth tank got bumped down to fifth, but the Sky Tomb dungeon doesn't even need a fifth tank. This guy was seriously frustrated. The former off-tanks, now the third and fourth tanks, were clearly not the easygoing types like Seven Leaf Flower. When Invincible Handsomest called them out, and they saw Seven Leaf Flower's camera angle swing their way, searching for them in the crowd, they finally stepped forward, reluctant, dragging their feet.
Everyone stay sharp, let's give it our all.
Yi Shu called out. Everyone wanted to flip him the bird, but they held back.
Are the clerics ready?
Yi Shu asked again. No one spoke. Luckily, the cleric was Shi Ji Yang. As the raid leader, he always tried to keep the team's morale up. That was when he stepped forward and answered.
Ready.
The other clerics suddenly felt embarrassed and stepped forward one after another.
DPS.
All right, fine.
This time, Yi Shu barely got halfway through his sentence before the damage dealers cut him off, unable to wait any longer. This guy just kept going on and on with his advice, like he actually thought he was some kind of pro.
I'm saying the DPS don't need to rush.
Huh, no rush. The DPS players were left utterly speechless.
I'll pull the mob then.
Damn, why won't you just die already?
That was what everyone was thinking. The clerics wanted to pretend they'd disconnected, and everyone else wanted to tie the clerics up, but neither was realistic. With a shout from the leader, Joyful Sheep, Invincible Handsome charged forward, and in front of everyone, his running form was painfully awkward.
He's about to die.
Someone spoke, their voice grave.
Yes.
It wasn't convenient for them to speak in the channel, but forming small groups for a private voice chat was still fair game. This Invincible Handsomest guy only reads the boss guides, so he's bound to miss a ton of stuff, like right when you enter the forest, but nobody's about to warn him. Everyone's just waiting to see him make a fool of himself.
Watch out for the trap at the entrance.
But then someone called out, a voice they all recognized. It was their original MT, Seven Leaf One Flower. Everyone sighed. Seven Leaf One Flower was just too honest, too good-natured. Yi Shu acknowledged with a grunt.
Look at him, twitching like he's having a seizure. What's he even doing?
Amid Yi Shu's puzzled exclamation, Invincible Mogul suddenly twitched. Someone immediately started mocking him, as if they'd been waiting for it. But before the words even left their mouth, a cold gleam shot up beside Invincible Mogul, a spear bursting from the earth. One after another, they rose in rapid succession. Spear after spear burst from the ground, each aimed precisely where Invincible Most Handsome had been standing. Yet not a single one struck him. He kept twitching in that nauseating rhythm, but every shudder just happened to let a spear graze past him by a hair's breadth.
Is this a dodge?
Everyone was stunned. They saw it with their own eyes, yet still couldn't quite believe it, all because the movement was too fast and too subtle. Surviving this straw maze's traps wasn't unusual. The mechanisms at this entrance had long been mapped out by the countless players who'd fallen before. How do you walk without triggering a single one? Every player in the Joyful Sheep squad knew the trick, but seeing it pulled off without a scratch under those trap conditions, that was a first for them.
Oh, there's a trap here. Right, I forgot.
The crowd heard Invincible East mutter something under his breath. Then he turned back and shouted at them.
There's a trap here, everyone watch out.
Shh! Who needs you to tell us that?
The crowd once again held back the urge to flip him off.
Impressive. You dodged every single one.
By then, 7-Leaf One-Flower had already caught up to Invincible Most Handsome.
Not at all. You're not bad yourself.
Yishu said.
You can avoid the traps. If you've forgotten the way, just follow me.
7-Leaf One-Flower stepped forward.
Chie, do you have to be that generous?
The crowd stared at 7-Leaf Flower, tears streaming down their faces. But then they reconsidered. A guy with a name as flashy as Peerless Handsome would probably just say, "No need, I can walk right over those traps." But the truth was, they heard.
Oh? That easy? Show me how it's done.
With that, Wudi Zui Junlang decisively fell in line behind Kie Jihua. The group fell silent once more. So the trap at the entrance, after being triggered by Invincible Handsome and growing a bit of mold, ultimately followed the safe path paved by countless pioneers and sacrifices, just like always. One by one, they crossed safely.
Is everyone through?
Then everyone heard Invincible Most Handsome caring about them. The reply was so faint that only a handful of people bothered to acknowledge him. Invincible Super Handsome didn't seem to mind. He stood at the intersection where the mechanism had been, spun around twice on the spot, and spoke.
2 paths. Hang on, let me check the guide.
All right, you don't need to look anymore. Head left first.
Joy Goat felt a wave of weakness wash over him.
Okay.
Invincible Most Handsome strode briskly to the left.
You.
Shi Ji Yang cut himself off after just one word. The others' faces lit up with joy, but in the end, someone still spoke up.
Watch out!
The moment the sound rang out, the 2 sturdy stone statues flanking the left intersection suddenly moved with blinding speed. Their rough stone swords, trailing a howling wind, converged on Wudi Zhu Junlang as he stepped into their kill zone.